Can you tell me the way to the guards' depot?
Where?
The guards' depot.
Oh, it's just up the road the other side, next door to the asylum.
Oh, very convenient. Thank you. Well, my first day back at school all over again.
I'm sure you'll find lots of other nice boys to play with.
They'll probably bully me.
I'll speak to the headmaster.
And refuse to pay the fees?
Yes. Now run along. Goodbye, you stupid child. I do love you so much.
Goodbye, darling. Take care of yourself.
See the Master Taylor, neck, middle, shoulders.
Yes, sir.
Get all your civvies back to label your suitcase for home. Haircut, too.
Yes, Sergeant.
You're in the first guards?
I'm sorry?
You're a grenadier?
No, Welsh Guards.
Oh, Foreign Legion, eh? Get dressed, you. Tailor for you, too. Collar, sleeves, and an haircut.
Will the tailor be doing that as well?
Oh, a comic, eh? Now, I'll see the barber myself about you. And anyway, why aren't you in the mix?
Well, being a good Irishman, I was going to join the regiment. But the little Gambine man behind the counter was so sure, without even asking me, that I said I would not, just to see him make out a new enlistment.
Stop talking!
Yes, Sergeant.
So you joined the Foreign Legion as well?
I'm in the Welsh Guards.
Same thing. Taylor, whole ruddy jacket. Struth, what a squad. Train soldier, take him out with the sticks, then show him the clopper. Now pay attention to me, everybody. Not the army now, you're the Brigade of Guards. And you're in my squad. Cripes, what a squad. Now listen to me, you honourable little men. You do as you're told and work with a will, then help me all you can by doing what I say. And the Lord will prosper the work of your hands. But work against me, do me down, or play me up, I'll make your life a walking hell. I'll have you paying for death by torture, or roasted over 100 dollars. Now fall in outside!
Do I look as ridiculous as you do? Worse, far worse.
Now, how would you like this? Just a little trim?
Yes, I think so.
Just a little bit off the top?
No, not too much now.
And cleaned up the back?
Join the army and see the world.
Join the guards and scrub it.
Sure, I'll keep a button on my trap in future. I always did talk too much.
Practically took the skin off you.
Right, pay attention! Any of you people ever had any experience concert parties? Playing the piano, fiddle, harp, saying recitations, tap dancing, anything else?
I play the piano.
Oh, I suppose I could sing.
Right. Get over the naffy straight away. Get it scrubbed out for Ensa concert tonight. Come on! And you! Let that be a warning to the rest of you. Never volunteer for anything in the army, except certain death.
Squad, cover off front and rear. Left. 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 Run him up to left. Left. Lay down now.
Right, that's all right. Pack it up now. Oh, thank you, train soldier. Oh. Oh, do you think we'll ever walk again?
Oh, not with these 2 feet of mine, big arm.
Now, you know, that's a good idea, those shoes.
It's too hot in here. I'm going out for a smoke. Anyone care to join me in a constitutional?
Oh,
Here, you! What do you think you're doing?
Are you speaking to me?
Stand up when you speak to the regimental sergeant, you horrible man!
Sorry.
Say, sir, when you speak to me.
Sorry, sir.
You may think you can walk about dressed as you like, but you don't! Do your collar out! What's your name?
Morgan, sir.
It was, but you've lost it. Put him in the boat, Bill Andre.
Sir!
Never seen anything like it in my life!
Sir!
Blake St. Morgan, done! Now remember, before you say anything, say, I thank you, sir, for leave to speak. Do you understand?
Sir.
Blake St. Morgan, right, march! Left, right, mark, time! Left, right, hard! Right, down! Next! More shortly.
In file! There! Stop! Fire on, Sandine.
Ah! Hard over to the left, in file. St. Peter walking in the water couldn't slow march worse than you. Ah, yeah. Hunt will advance. Left, on.
I'd leave to join the squad, Sergeant, please.
Fall in the rear rank.
4 extra drills.
Now pay attention, you honourable men, one and all. Now tomorrow, there's a colonial secretary gentleman and an important geezer coming down to have a look at you. To talk to any of you colonials friendly like. That's not what I'd do with any of you. Anyway, any guardsman who's English, 2 paces forward. Any colonials, 2 paces step back, march! Are you deaf?
No, Sergeant.
Then what are you?
I'm an American Sergeant.
This world is divided into 2 parts, England and the colonies. You're not English? Right, there's 2 paces, step back, march!
Hey, you! Come here! Come here, at the devil! You may think you freewheel when you're cycling, but you don't! What's your name?
Hamilton, sir.
It was? Put him in the book, company, Tom Major. Idle when cycling. Never seen anything like it in all my life.
Big St. Hamilton, down! Right, march! Left, right, mark, time! Left, right.
Did your haircut again?
RSM told me.
You're doing well, you are, after only 1 month, too.
Well,
If he told you to show a haircut, it means you couldn't run here on anything else, and what's more, he knows it. You're learning quick.
sure we Irish hang together, Sergeant.
Yeah, they could hang a few more of you without me complaining. You 3 wait till you get your inspection tomorrow. Call you on our stomach.
Core and I aren't half browned off.
Me too. 4 weeks we've had here now.
It all seems so unnecessary, if you ask me. Where does it get them when they've finished?
Outside Buckingham Palace, I suppose.
Other soldiers are just as good without all this discipline and what have you.
Shh, that's heresy. No, it's the lack of privacy I hate most in trying to be a soldier.
Me too, but I don't ask much these days.
It's funny how all your wants and ambitions seem to shrink. All I ask is that I should avoid the RSM.
And a scrape past inspection.
And that nobody treads on my toe cap and spoils it. A simple taste. Now take all that off again and let's go over to the NAFI. Oh, do you think we need caps?
It isn't far, it's dark anyway.
No, come on, John.
Hey, you! Wear your cap! Stand still! Never seen anything like it in all my life!
Did they pass their 4th week inspection this morning, Sergeant Dean?
Yes, sir.
Right. Well, they can walk out tonight.
Sir!
You too. Am I hurting you by any chance? Am I hurting you?
You're not hurting me, John.
I should be, because I'm standing on your back here. Game cut! Both of you!
you see that?
Soldiers.
I ask you.
I've never seen anything like it in all my life.
Another top coming the other side of the road. Up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down.
Ah, smashing.
Out of action! Out of action! Land your tank gun in the woods up there!
Who do you think I've been engaging, you half-wit?
See the umpire's orders. Put out your flag. Ivor. Hyman. Where'd you put a T?
I'd like to have knocked that umpire's block off.
What's it matter? It's only a game, really.
That's the trouble with you British. Even in this war, you don't give a damn who wins just so you get a game.
Nonsense. I'm mad to win. Look at the way I'm cheating now.
I wish to heavens you play fair, then we might do a little better.
Can't you, young oaf? You mashed up the best hand of the evening a moment ago.
Your breath was whistling so loudly through all that hair, it put me right off.
And the last three are good. We're just in, young fellow, my dear. Say thank you.
Whose deal is it? His lordship's, I think.
And what convention are you going to play this time? Not that I'm curious, of course, just desperate.
A modified half Nelson.
Lose in a minute.
Nothing ever happens, don't put it on.
Reports are coming in every minute. The latest facts of the situation are these. Messages from Tokyo say that Japan has announced a formal declaration of war against both the United States and Britain. The Japanese air raids were made on the Hawaiian Islands and the Philippines. Observers' reports say that an American battleship has been hit and that a number of the Japanese bombers have been shot down.
So nothing ever
Naval
happens,
action
eh?
is in progress off Honolulu, and American transport with timber on board.
Well, here's my billet. Good night, Chandler.
Sleep well.
Oh, David,
Yes?
I just wanted to say that, well, I'm very sorry that America's got mixed up in the war. It's a pretty mucky business.
I'm not sorry. By God, I'm not. I feel better tonight than I felt for years. For one whole year, anyway. Good night.
Oh, that seems to be all right.
Phil. Phil.
Yeah?
Get a look at this.
My. Smoke O'Connor.
Corporal O'Connor to you, young man.
Why, are you paid for those stripes?
I am, sir.
Well, what are you doing here? I thought you were an instructor at Longwood.
Number 1 troop, sir. Mr. Morgan's gunner, sir.
Oh, lousy troop, that. Nothing like as good as number 3.
Do you by any chance command number 3?
I do. At least, of course, that's my impression. The men think they do.
Perhaps I've been sent to number 1 troop to even things up a bit, sir.
Good morning, Sergeant Major.
Good morning, sir.
I'm sure you're thinking the same as me.
Yes, sir. Them was the days.
Never seen anything like it in all my life.
Carry on, Corporal O'Connor.
Sir! Hey, come and have a look. The Americans have arrived.
What do you mean, American?
America, one of your old colonies. You mislaid it, remember?
Come and have a look. Don't be so infernally blasé and British.
You don't believe they are Americans?
No?
No, they haven't got snow on their boats.
Pardon me?
Excuse me.
Another beer for you, sir?
Very good of you, Sergeant Major.
You Corporal O'Connor?
Whiskey. Sir.
Small beer, small whiskey, Corporal.
5 months we've been here, sir, and all the time walking out steady. But since these Yanks, look over there, sir, the girl in the green dress, and look at them all. But God, what have they got that we haven't except the devil of a lot more money?
Thank you, ma'am.
Joan?
Pardon me, Bob. See you, baby. Do that. Sure, I don't mind.
Couple of corners there.
I've never seen anything like it in all my life.
Into battle, the fighting spirit of the United Nations.
Today we take you into battle in the desert.
Alamein, October the 23rd, 1942, the great battle begins.
But by the end of the first week of November, the battle is over.
Rommel is on the run.
And the pursuit is on.
'Twas you, Di Jones, who told me, see? They were saving our division for the victory march in Berlin.
It's a long way from Alamein to Benghazi, boy. Monty isn't there yet.
Ah, but we shall be, Wacky. We shall be. I shall ask Davy Morgan when. Sir, shall we get embarkation leave before we embark, do you think?
Perhaps, you never can tell.
Will it be hot in the desert, sir?
Hellish, I should think.
What about our victory march now, Di?
We're not in the desert yet, boy.
No, and you're not likely to be unless you get on with your painting.
Will revert to normal khaki drab color forthwith.
Gas with this crapo Johnny Bach. Die Bach, a soldier, die Bach, pardon, a soldier, die Bach, a soldier, I good, I great.
Pardon.
Okay, switch off. You had the feel of her, I guess.
Not bad. Not bad at all. You're not so quick off the clutch as the old one, mind, but not bad. Not bad at all. Thank you. I do not care to smoke.
Oh, that Cromwell was a pretty tank, and she had lovely lines, too.
You give me
Lovely.
4 inches of armor plate, Wacky boy, and you can keep your bloody lines.
That 75 was a sweet gun, too. Light? Haven't a match. The naffy's right out of them.
You got a match, Bub?
No, but I've got a lighter. Sometimes works. Temperamental things, aren't they, Corporal O'Connor?
Thanks, Bub.
You're welcome.
That was our commanding officer.
You don't say. He seems to be a real nice guy.
Right, Davy, just leave her there and come on in.
Darling, what a wonderful surprise.
Oh, darling, this is David Morgan.
Oh, how are
How do you do?
It's a terrible beginning, I know, but I have heard so much about you.
Me too.
Philip's an awful boy, isn't he? But darling, why didn't you phone me or why? I might have been out.
Well, I suddenly got 48 hours leave and I left to London.
Is this the last?
I'm
This
Philip
is quite a
Hamilton, sir.
surprise. I've
I'm
heard a
afraid
lot
Wilhelmina's
about you.
got terrible manners, but I'm fond of her.
Glad to know you. I'm Joe Benson. So are we.
I'm so sorry, but it's just that I'm so excited. Well, this is David Morgan.
How are you, Lieutenant?
And this is Johnny, Bill, and Spike. And that's the lot.
Well, what's happening? Is my wife running a gambling hell or what?
Yeah, I guess she is. You know, I never realized rummy could be such an expensive game. Do you know I've lost 4 shillings already?
I'm sure you must be hungry. Would you like a sandwich or something? Joe, you know your way around the kitchen. Will you help me?
Sure, anything you see.
Do sit down, please.
Thank you. I suppose you're up at the new camp on the airfield. The lucky guys, the rest are on the canvas.
Mrs. Hamilton is swell to us. Twice a week, about 20 of us come in for a hot bath.
Oh, I'm very glad.
She's swell, all right.
Oh, this confirms what I've heard.
Well, we must go and help her. You'll excuse us, won't you?
Yeah, sure.
Come on, China.
Excuse me, please.
Right.
You better let me do that. You'll only hurt yourself.
You know, I did once take part in a raid over Tokyo.
The way you handle a can opener, it's a wonder any of you got back alive. Nearly ready, darling.
I get scared just looking at that thing. Give me Tokyo any day.
There. Now, 2 knives from the drawer, please,
here.
David. And a tray. Oh, thank you, Joe. I must say, domestically, you Americans sharp this Englishman of mine, even though it is his home.
He keeps remembering it's his castle.
The lieutenant here is doing all right anyway.
That's what I told you. He's American.
You don't say. Where you from?
New York, sir.
Well, to look at you, I guess I'd take you for an Englishman any day. Yeah, I guess I would.
Work that one out, David.
I'm trying to. When an Englishman says that, it's an insult because he usually says it with such an air of condescension. But when an American says it, sir...
It's a compliment, son. Take it from me, it's a compliment.
You ought to know. After all, you're a general.
You'll still be here, Mr. Morgan, won't you, when
I
we
hope
get
so,
back?
yes. Goodbye.
Perhaps you'll have time to collect me some more beetles.
I'm sure I shall.
Now, hop it, you two. You'll be late for the match.
Off you go.
Goodbye, Nicholas. Goodbye, Jeremy.
Sweet kids they are.
My contribution, heredity.
Gluttonous brute.
That was a good bag of scoff, was it not, look you?
It was indeed to goodness, Dierbach.
I thank you, sir, for leave to speak, but is die the same as David?
Aye, it is.
Thank you, Wayne.
You certainly have picked up a lot.
Oh, we soldiers' wives, you know. Why are you soldiers, you two? Haven't you anything better to do? Oh, darling, I'm so sorry. Your last day, too. I can't help it. Why are women such stupid, emotional creatures? So sorry.
You cry as much as you like.
You should see Phil and me. Our eyes are often red with weeping.
Red with something, anyway.
Fools. Let's walk in the garden. The glorious 1st of June.
Nobly, nobly, Cape St. Vincent. Something, something died away.
No, but what will it be like? The invasion, I mean.
Oh, my dear. The noise.
And the people.
Funny. You see, a woman has no idea what it's like. I suppose all over England, and America too, there are women like me who paint the blackest possible pictures for themselves.
Oh, don't you worry. They let the proper soldiers go first.
Yes, by the time we get there, there'll probably be bathing machines on the beach and donkey rides, and they'll have concerts on the pier.
Clown.
Talking like that makes me want to swim. It's hot. But where?
Try swimming the channel.
Well, there's a witch's pool, of course. Top end of the wood. It's a secret place of ours.
But it's haunted.
Nobody goes near it, anyway.
Then I shall. God bless you, my children. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Philip.
Yeah?
I'm sorry.
What on earth for?
Making such a fool of myself.
Oh, darling. You just keep on doing it. Just that.
Oh, gosh,
Go away! Go away!
I'm terribly sorry. I didn't know this was your pool.
It isn't, but go away all the same. I want to get out.
Am I in any way stopping you?
Yes.
Oh. Are you the same as me?
Yes.
You know, you really shouldn't.
Why did you then?
I had no alternative.
I had no bathing suit and I felt hot. What do you think you're doing?
Swimming?
I'm cold.
Try swimming, but please keep to your end of the pool.
Do you think I should do otherwise?
I don't know, but one can't be too careful these days.
Are you going to get out?
I will if you'll spend the rest of the day with me.
No.
Till 9 o'clock, anyway.
No.
Hitty.
If I asked you sweetly, would you promise to turn your back on me for the space of, say, 30 seconds?
Please?
Please. Please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are you out yet?
Nearly ready.
10, 11, 12, and 12 makes 24. Oh, by the way, are you a witch?
No, but I was a girl guide. Why?
This is the witch's pool, of course. 97, 8, 9, 30.
Don't cheat. 24, 25.
6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 31, 32, 33.
I'm decent now.
Are you sure?
Yes, thank you. Why 9 o'clock is a matter of interest?
I don't want to intrude on my hosts, and I'm bored with nothing to do.
That's the most enthusiastic invitation I've ever had.
Doctor?
No, I'm only in the Red Cross.
Oh.
You're a publisher, you said.
A junior partner. We've a tie-up with a firm here in London as well.
What are you doing here in England now?
I've come over for the invasion.
Are you going to bring out a book about it?
Yes, now that you suggest it.
Are you a pacifist?
Most sensible people are.
My brother was killed last Christmas, trying to bomb the Tirpitz.
I'm sorry.
Aged 19.
Very young. That must make it even worse for you.
It does, as far as pacifism is concerned.
But one can still be polite about it.
I beg your pardon.
I think you should, though you obviously don't mean to. Well, we managed to play out time. Thank you very much for your kindness. I said only until 9 o'clock. Good night. Oh, I can find my way out alone, all right.
Mr. Morgan? Mr. Morgan?
Yes?
I wish to apologize. You were at least a guest in our house.
That is the most insincere apology I've ever heard, and I've heard some apologies.
I suppose I really am sorry. But you're to blame as well. I don't know what it is. I've only known you a few hours, and here we go fighting just as if...
As if we'd been married for 40 years.
Well, if you promise not to pick a brawl with me again, you'll come back and have a drink.
I'd like to, but I've got to be back at Philip Hamilton's at 9:30.
You can phone him up.
No, they're sending a car from our battalion for us. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it that way. It sounds like I'm trying to score a cheap point.
I'm glad I apologized before I found out.
I'm glad you did. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, tell me one last thing.
Of course.
How did you get that long white scar in the middle of your back?
A motor accident, but...
People of Western Europe. A landing was made this morning on the coast of France by troops of the Allied Expeditionary Force. This landing is part of the concerted United Nations plan for the liberation of Europe. I have this message for all of you. Although the initial assault may not have been made...
Stop there, I'm going to say this!
That divisional sign's bad, Sergeant Major, bad. Let them do it again.
So, Paul O'Connor. Sir? That divisional sign isn't put right immediately. Your name will put in the book. Sir.
There's a hell of a fight going on over there. And here's Smoke O'Connor painting divisional signs. And can you tell me why? Can you now?
Bull. That's what it is, Smoke. Bull.
You did right.
I can tell you why, see? But you must not tell anybody else, because it is a military secret. Top secret, I think they call it. But there's to be a big inspection in a few days' time by a very important man. Even the officers have not been told.
Well, how do you know about it?
Aye. Well, I was told it last night by a girl at the dance.
That's something.
How long are we here for, Bushy?
If the weather holds, we're off tomorrow.
Thank heaven.
I'll go bolo if we stop here another day. We've been here a week already.
Look, Smoke, how many times I told you that we're not going to...
All right, we know. Twist.
It's the mail that's worrying me. No letters we've had for many days now.
Was this the girl who gave me such good information at the dance, Swanky?
Oh, I was thinking about my wife.
Oh, your wife?
It's a funny thing, isn't it? That it's wives and not girls at dances that matter at a time like this. But then, I'm not married.
I can't understand how it affects morale, though. I get a few letters each week. Keeps me happy.
Snap! Here comes Hindenburg.
Hello, Bushy. Just got back from Bucha. No move for 48 hours at least. Men-at-arms had permission to walk out.
Still the weather?
Mm-hmm.
Last convoy's been lying offshore for 2 days without being able to land a cell.
Poor devils. But is the battle going well?
Apparently, but Monty wants more infantry, so we've gone down 2 on the loading priority.
Oh, Lord.
Bushy, will it be all right if David and I run over to my place? It's only 7 miles.
How'd he get there?
Now, don't ask questions like that.
All right, but if you get caught, you stop the rocket yourself. But leave your telephone number. We're here for 48 hours anyway, probably a month. My wife would have to live in Yorkshire. Ah, well, I better go and take some money off his lordship. He's been giving trouble again. Care to make a call, Chris?
Might as well.
Goodbye, Bushy. Come on, we might as well make a start, too.
I don't want to. Thanks all the same.
Don't be silly. Of course you're coming.
Look, Phil, you're awfully kind, but there are times when I get bored being little orphan Annie trailing around after you.
Oh, stop being so tactful, for heaven's sake.
It does occur to me that Wilhelmina might want to be alone with you. Heaven knows why, I must admit. Besides, I want to finish War and Peace.
All right. I've got a good book, too.
Never seen anything like it in all my life. Getting better.
I think you're both deserters.
No, we're just battle-weary.
And disillusioned, don't forget that.
And here have I been imagining the most terrible things happening to you both. Getting yourselves blown up on the beaches, being shot at by that woman sniper, your tank simply riddled with machine gun bullets, your...
Really, darling? Bullets penetrating 4 inches of armor plating. Come to think of it, you know, perhaps she is right. We never tested them.
And all this time you've been eating your heads off in a jolly Boy Scouts camp a stone's throw from here.
Concentration camp.
I can't believe it. But how did you get out?
I'm a trustee.
And they let me out to see you.
Dear David, you do still love me, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Nonsense. He's been deceiving you with another.
Is this true?
Oh, yes. But I have been faithful to thee, Sinatra, after my fashion. You're still the only married woman in my life. Bless you, my children, bless you. As the Duke of Wellington, one who was allegedly greater than me, once said, this damn tact will be the death of me. Goodbye.
Hi!
Good heavens! Queen Witch, how are you?
Wet, very wet.
Just like when I first saw you, only you didn't have those pretty pants on.
I'm quite aware that women don't look well in trousers.
That is the most drastic understatement I've ever heard.
Well, look, maybe I better not get in if
Oh,
you're...
come on, get in. As a matter of fact, if you must know, I was on my way to see you this very instant.
Mr. Morgan, you're what I call a really awful liar. That away.
David,
Yes?
when did you join the army?
1940.
Before Pearl Harbor.
Sure.
Why did you?
As a matter of fact, it was the thought of loot and booty and glory, in that order.
I'm terribly persistent. Why?
I haven't the vaguest idea. But it wasn't to make the world safe for democracy, anyway.
See if the toast's ready, will you? Not that any of Daddy's gadgets ever do work, of course.
No, it doesn't even toast it, let alone turn it over.
We'll give it a bang. No, be careful. I'm sure it's going to explode one of these days.
I have it, the switch wasn't on.
I'd leave it alone if I were you.
No, I'm very fond of toast. Yeah, very fond of toast.
Oh, that maddening radio. Why is it that whenever you get a good program, it's always just coming to an end? That was Wagner.
Leave that station, it's nice.
But I want to get a concert or something.
Oh, in America, of course, this would be grounds for divorce. Mental cruelty.
Would it now? Move over.
Darling,
Mm-hmm.
you're not worried about anything.
No, I suppose not.
It won't be the same without you, of course, but we'll manage somehow till you get back.
You see, the thing I hate so much is the idea of not being here if anything happened to you or the children. That sounds awfully silly, but I don't suppose there's anything I could do if I were here. But somehow, we've always been a family.
You always say something so sweet and touching. It makes me want to cry. We're supposed to be worrying about you.
Oh, I'll be all right.
And it can't last much longer, can it?
And when it is finished, we'll be wonderfully, wonderfully happy all over again.
As long as you still love me just a little.
Darling, you're so beautiful.
I'm 31.
I shall love you more and more every day, and every day after more and more, till you're 60.
And then?
By then, people will begin to talk.
Then I shall leave you.
Divorce me?
Mm-hmm. Certainly.
Why?
So that I can marry you again.
How long did it last?
2 years.
happy once?
Tolerably. Of course, I was pretty well off at the time.
It's rather an unkind remark, to put it mildly.
It was rather an unkind sensation, being left by a wife.
What was she like?
Something like you. Same shape of face. Her voice was like yours, too.
Was it?
Yes, but she was far more beautiful.
I do ask too many questions, don't I?
Yes, it's a characteristic of your sex. Am I annoying you?
Mm-hmm. That is your intention, isn't it?
Yes, and I'm sorry. I really am sorry. Look, I want you to know I'm not always like this. It's a sort of defense, I suppose.
Against what?
Well, against me, really. So I won't make a fool of myself. Either with a woman, which I've already done once, or in this invasion business, which I'm going to do soon. And I don't know what it is I'm most scared of. I suppose I'm a perfect setup for our R-matrix cyclists in my present frame of mind.
How terribly nice you can be when you're not trying.
Maybe I no longer mistrust you like all other women.
That's a backhander, no mistake.
Unintentional this time.
Tell me, do you believe in coincidence?
And in fate. Why?
The candles are going out.
Jane. Jane.
Yes?
What was all that about? Coincidence and fate?
I was due to go back today. The phone rang, another 24 hours off. I went out and ran into you. That's all. Someone had to say it. It might as well be me.
Jane, you wouldn't be in love with me, would you?
Stupid of me, I know.
No, this is just a case of one's emotions getting confused because I'm off to the wars and because women will keep heroic, romantic pictures of people which have nothing to do with the truth and can only...
I'm glad you did that.
I ought to know better. Jane.
Darling.
You seem to know everything. Am I in love with you?
Not yet. But you will be. Darling, the candle's on the floor. The house will catch fire.
Do you mind?
No. Besides, Daddy once invented a marvelous fire extinguisher. We use it to kill weeds and dead.
There it is. It's giving the alarm. Telephone.
Yes. I'd better go and answer it.
No, don't. I know what it is, but don't move. Because this minute will never happen again for us two. Stupid thought, I know, but it's true.
Darling.
Darling, listen. I don't want you to write to me or anything. Because I want to get everything fixed and sure in my own mind before I see you again. Before I come back. Do you mind?
All right. Anything. Only please don't be too long. Hello? Oh. Philip Hamilton. Oh. It's for you.
Hello, Phil. Yes. Yes. How funny. The Army's like that, isn't it? All right, goodbye.
God bless you, dearest. Please take care. We are so fond of you.
Don't worry. Goodbye, darling.
Oh, there's this. You ought to keep it on you all the time. It's Jeremy's. He wanted you to have it.
The Gospel according to St. John. Thank you for it.
Goodbye, Wilhelmina.
Goodbye. Now you to come back safe, both of you, and all in one piece. Please take care of him, David.
Oh, don't you worry. I'll look after him. Come on, Phil, we're late.
See, the engines are kept running. They had enough waiting in England. They ought to know it.
Where do we rendezvous?
I'll be in the transit area.
Fine.
You'll find your way all right. The route is signed all the way to our new location. Just as well the way some people read a map.
It wasn't my fault. It was one of those traffic cop diversions.
First time I ever went from London to Brighton via Cambridge. Anyway, you're leading, aren't you, David?
Yes, I'll follow the signs.
Different from last time.
Last time?
Dunkirk, in reverse.
Right, Bushy, I'll see you later.
Sir. Any of that Calvados left?
Golly, it's strong. Practically blazed the turret off you. Just top up first. There's plenty left.
Colonel Johnny think there's anything doing, Bushy?
I don't know. So far, we've done everything a soldier can except fight.
45 Jones says we're going to do an attack. He's usually pretty well informed.
Nobody ever tells me anything. Bayonet for claw.
Bushy, give me your case. I want a cigarette. What a sweet kid. There you are. Away you go.
You've got to give her this.
Corporal Connor!
Aye, and they do say that General Montgomery was there. And that he spoke to all the commanding officers to tell them what was going to happen.
Where'd you hear this, Whack? At a dance?
I have my sources of information, see? Oh. And why do you think we're checking the tanks again today?
Bull. That's what it is, Wacky.
Bull.
My last week in Bayeux, they did call us the Piccadilly Boys, because we walked out in stiff caps. Proper dust-up there was, too. I coshed one of them Island Division chaps. Costume good and proper. Oh, you mark my words, Wacky boy. There's something that'll always keep us away from the battlefield.
Here, turn it up, Taft. Turn it up.
No, let him say what it is. Vested interests. See?
Padres at it again.
Always the same tune, too.
Cum Rhondda. That's all I know, that land of my father's. 1st Battalion's got a much better choir. I think I'll apply for a transfer to take effect at once.
5. We're not very good at this, are we?
How do you feel about tomorrow?
Pretty windy.
Same here. There's one consolation. There'll be a lot of Jerrys that feel much worse than we do. Ah, gin.
Oh, well, that puts you out. Well, I think I'll crack off. I want to ride to Wilhelmina before I go to bed.
Ravalli's at 3:30?
Yep. I wish that ruddy choir had piped down. You know, the trouble about the Welsh is they never stop singing, even when they're talking. Good night, Charlie.
Good night.
through the woods. I'm quite sure of it. So if number 1 go round to the right, make a demonstration, 3 and 4 can sneak through on the left, while the rest of us give it covering fire, turret down behind the hedges on the left.
Who leads on the left?
Number 3, and you just follow Philip to come round behind him.
Right.
That's all. Whose tank was it?
Sergeant Thomas, German 88. Got 'em all except the driver.
Everybody quite happy? We shall be, sir, once we start. Is this terrible hanging about I do not like, sir.
David. About time we started, David. We must push on.
Just putting them in the picture, sir. They're a bit new to it.
Oh, bound to be. First time in battle. Tell them there's nothing to worry about. Damn bad shot, that man. Hope they put him in the book for that.
Yes, sir.
You know now where the 88 is, anyway.
Thank you very much, sir.
Osmond Jones!
Sir!
Wouldn't mind to put you in the book. What the devil you mean walking about half naked?
Naked, sir?
Yes, half naked man. Top 3 buttons. Do them up.
Sir, may we start the battle? I do not feel safe around here any longer. Aye.
Well, there, Baker 3. Stand by. We're going to put down smoke now. Behind the screen. Out.
Hello, Baker 1. Is in position now behind the smoke?
Hello, Baker 3. Stand by. I'm going to put down another smoke screen 400 yards ahead. You'll be under cover and it'll take you right up to the edge of the wood. Out.
To respect my neutrality.
Well, that's 7 of them anyway.
Including a Ferdinand and a Tiger.
Lord knows how many PWs.
And killed.
Here, Smoke, look. Look at this from a German 88. Smoke, come here. Just below my head. We are
Another inch, boy, and...
Another foot, you mean?
See ya!
Right. And you better not mention another word about Berlin. Vested interests.
I wonder why we're staying here.
They never tell us anything. Cigarette?
Anyway, it went all right. Just like an exercise. Except for that.
Yeah, except for that.
Cup of tea for you, sir.
Thanks. Golly, it's strong.
Strong enough for the spoon to stand up in it, sir. Oh, thank you, sir.
Pity about Sergeant Thomas.
Yes, sir. He was all right, sir.
Hello, who's there?
No shoot, you BF, only me. Got our orders for tomorrow. Colonel Johnny's just finished his O group. Thanks. The form is we apparently run into quite a strong position. They've got 12 SS, the Hitlerjugend boys, and most of 21 Panzer. So we let the infantry come up tomorrow and we pull back.
Pull back?
Yes, the battalion's knocked out 17 tanks and taken all objectives. And tomorrow we pull back. Trouble is, we don't know the big picture. What's going on the right and on the left, while we fight our own tiny little wars with a squadron of tanks. Oh, by the way, Corporal Connor.
Sir?
You'll be going up to Sergeant as soon as we get a replacement for the tank we lost this morning.
Thank you, sir. Pity to get it this way, sir.
Yes, bad luck about Sergeant Thomas. Look, David, as we pull out tomorrow, the party won't be able to bury them. Afraid you'll have to. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
We better get some spades off the tank. We'll do it ourselves. Oh, yes. Will you ask Mr. Hamilton to lend us his New Testament or Gospel or whatever it is he carries around with him?
Don't think I ought to do that, sir. You see, Sergeant Thomas was a Protestant and I'm a Catholic, sir.
Don't be such a damn fool. Besides, I'm tired enough without all that nonsense.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not trying to be difficult, but...
It's all right, I'll do it myself. But you know, it is the same God.
I'd get the other spade, sir.
Fantastic, isn't it? They've been out of the battle a couple of hours and they're at it again. Just like Caperham.
Well, I suppose there's something in it. At least they teach you to die with your boots clean.
He's still inside, sir.
Come on. Get another extinguisher, quick. Hurry.
Told you not to play with matches.
Get down. You're passing. Jones! Where are you going? Come down here. Come back here. 77 Jones, come down here. Give me that.
I've been about 8 hours trying to catch up with you. Ever since my tank blew up, I've been walking along the center line trying to thumb a ride.
Is that you, sir?
Why the devil aren't you guys asleep?
We thought something might have happened to you, sir.
Well, it hasn't, and in future, don't wait up or I'll put you all in the books, see? Now, good night.
Good night, sir.
No star. Casco star.
Never seen anything like it in all my life. Thanks.
So long as we and the Canadians keep pushing away on the Falaise front, the Jerrys have got to keep their armor in that area. And as long as they do that, the less there is for the Americans in their push away on our far right. I think Patton's got to Chartres by now, somewhere off the map here. Pretty good going. Any questions?
Why, yes, sir, please, sir. Why is it that the Russians and the Americans do advance hundreds of miles, and we do always seem to stop after 10? Aye, sir.
Your memories are pretty short. The greatest advance by any army so far was from Alamein to Tripoli. Lord knows how many hundreds of miles. And if you look at this front we're on now, with about half as many divisions as the Americans, we and the Canadians are holding down just as many Germans opposite us as they are. So don't ask damn silly questions. Anyone else?
Right, that's all.
He's up.
Harkadale, land of hope and glory. Giving them stick, weren't you?
Thank heavens, members of the House of Lords will be first in the tumbril when the revolution comes.
As a matter of fact, Busher, you're too modest. We have 15 out of 28 divisions on our front.
Look, don't start him off again.
I'm going straight away to put in a year's subscription to the Daily Worker.
You can borrow my copy.
Over the way, Bushy, are you using your Jeep? We thought we might run over to Div headquarters and find out the form.
So long as you're back by 12:30, Claude and I are going over to Coal Street.
Thanks.
For a fully licensed lunch.
We will.
Darn good, you know. It's more than half.
What is?
15 out of 28.
Would you like some biscuits?
That's very kind.
Hmm? What's the matter now, you old fool?
Imposter.
Well, so that's the form.
Yes, Leclerc got into Paris yesterday, and now there's a flap going on because we've got to move the tanks 150 miles by transporter before tomorrow night.
Well, we'd better get out of your way then, hadn't we?
Yes, sir. No, wait till George gets back. He'd like to see you, and church prayer's already started and last half an hour.
What do you think?
Yes, let's. Thanks a lot, Gerald.
Right, bye, Gerald.
Hello, Io here.
For there the shield of the mighty is vilely cast away, the shield of Saul, as though he had not been anointed with oil. From the blood of the slain, from the fat of the mighty, the bow of Jonathan turned not back, the sword of Saul returned not empty. Saul and Jonathan were lovely and pleasant in their lives, and in their death they were not divided.
I hadn't the vaguest idea it was Sunday, had you?
No. What month is it?
August, I think. Or is it September?
Doesn't matter.
Wilhelmina never ever thinks of putting a date on her letter by any chance.
Bless her heart, she's dead right. Unimportant. Wonder where we're going?
Does it make any difference?
No. As long as it isn't Burma.
The River Seine, was it you said, sir?
Mm-hmm. Never expected to cross it like this.
strong opposition. We can't go round it as there's nothing but trees. Will you ask the boys in blue to be a bit more Wilco about it? Hello? Control calling Red Leader.
Is everyone all right? Is everyone all right?
Test Clandestine, the mine must have done it.
Sir, Toad Runner says his leg's broken. Be careful, there's more mines
Well,
about.
get down and help the other road.
Leg is it, Davis?
I'll try and keep perfectly still. I'll get the medical half-check up and we'll have you out in no time.
Get the medical officer up, will you?
Here, have a speak of this while you're waiting.
Commander-in-Chief's intention, Army commanders, Corps commanders, and our own divisional commander's intention, and it is also my intention, that we shall be in Brussels tonight. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say, it's 157 kilometers.
Hello, Charlie. Coming up to Belgian frontier now. Over. Hello, Charlie. Mind you have a passport ready. Over. Charlie, going through customs now. Out.
My troops ready, and the men say they don't want to eat. All right, push on then. They're ahead of us by about half an hour, and the other set line already. You want to go sit?
Not bloody like that.
Come on!
Get off the road! Back! Hold it!
I think we've come too far. The natives seem hostile. This seems to be Berlin.
Monsieur! Can you help me? Où est la gare du Nord?
Oh, je ne sais pas, moi.
Of course you do, you fool! Mademoiselle! Mademoiselle!
Où est la Gare du Nord?
Vous n'êtes pas Boche? You are not German, hein?
Of course not. Les Anglais, les Alliés, anyway.
Pas les Boches, les Anglais?
Oui.
Oh, ils sont arrivés! Bravo, bravo!
Vive les Anglais!
Oh, ils sont arrivés!
Vive les Anglais!
Hey, look, you're not my client. Look, can you help us find a guide?
Guide?
A guide!
A guide? Oui,
Thanks. Hello, Baker One. Opposition too strong for me. Completely overwhelmed.
Hello, Baker One. Same here. Situation's rapidly deteriorating. Still, I got 3 for telephone numbers already. Merci.
Bravo. Dieu des Anglais. Comme ils sont blasés. Wake up, Tommy.
Monsieur. Voici le guide. The guide.
Guide, all right. All right, driver advance.
Hello, Baker One. Hello, Baker One. Number 1 squadron will advance. Number 1 squadron will... Merci. Over.
Vous m'avez demandé, monsieur?
Oh, monsieur, yes. We were wondering if you could, take a check.
Of course, mon colonel. Delighted.
Tuna a été our guest. Vous n'allez tout de même pas demander de l'argent aux Anglais ce soir.
Of course. Tonight you are the guest.
Oh, monsieur, you embarrass me. But not much.
Who's been sleeping on my pillow?
Hello, David.
Hi.
You're up early.
What do you mean early? Never got to bed, wondering what had happened to certain grenadiers who were supposed to be at the Gare du Nord.
We were there all the time. We were first in the town as well.
You must have come in by train then, for you certainly weren't on the road. Where are you off to now, for the weekend?
Apparently we're moving on. As far as this place is concerned, we've had it. Stand beside the fifth and worst guards and make way for the soldiers.
Go back to the gate.
Charles Heising.
Peter. Since 1941.
Ah, yes. We wondered if you could possibly sell us a few bottles.
Only a few, of course.
But, messieurs, they are not mine to sell.
Oh, I was afraid of that.
Mais sûrement, messieurs. All this belongs to the Germans, but I'm sure they wouldn't mind. Not now. As long as you don't take too many.
Only a dozen bottles or so, that's all we want.
A dozen?
Well, half a dozen.
But, monsieur, you can take 500,000 if you like.
Bushy, over there. Bushy.
Hello.
Wonderful news. We've discovered a champagne point.
I've got news, too. We're moving in an hour, so get cracking round up the rest of your troop. Don't you know there's a war on? Champagne at a time like this. How much have they got?
Well, goodbye, Hindenburg. Do everything this gentleman says. Bye, dear. Is everything on board? What's this?
'Tis an extra case, sir, for the sergeant's mess.
All right, you black rogue. We've allotted you a whole 3-tonner already. Put it in. Right,
Go
start
easy
up.
with that one now. Put my
Well,
name
goodbye. Thank you very much for all your kindness.
Don't mention it.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Hindenburg. Be a good girl.
We've dropped our 1st Airborne Division at Arnhem to take the bridge. The Americans have dropped another at Nijmegen to take the bridge, and again at Grave to take that bridge so that we can get a straight run through up the road to Arnhem. Got it?
Seems easy enough on paper, Bushy.
Well, that's it. There's a long road ahead. Check out the tanks and get cracking.
Sir, I've heard a rumor, sir, that if this is successful, the war will be over by Christmas at the very latest.
Christmas? Well, if the American and British paratroopers take the bridges, and if we join up with them, and if the rest of the army follows up, perhaps you never can tell.
Holy fly! I'm sure it's them! The Yanks! The Yanks, sir! They're dropping! It must be the first bridge!
Hey, it is them. Hey, fellas, come on. The British are here. Mankind, the Limeys have made it. Come on! Hiya, fellas.
Glad to have you. Hi, young man.
Oh, you lovely great thing. Say, it's been mighty lonely around here without you.
Go, Yankee boy.
Gosh, I never thought I'd be so glad to see a limey. Haven't done a thing about this. Limey's from New York City.
You don't say.
Hiya, bud. Smoke? Thanks.
Oh, hang on to the man.
I got millions of them. We're right out of them. Thanks. So long.
So long, Yankee boy.
Make a frontal assault on the bridge, while these American backwoodsmen here cross the river in little rubber boats and make a diversion in the rear. How do you think they'll be, David?
How the hell should I know?
Well, you're an American.
Fought well enough in the backwoods in 1776, I think it was.
I'm sorry, old boy, I didn't mean to offend you. You should hear what they call me, anyway. Hello, Bushy.
Hello, Michael.
Thanks for the champagne you
Claude.
sent us, old boy.
Think nothing of it.
We don't. You obviously kept the best stuff for yourself, anyway.
How's it going? The paratroops didn't manage to get the bridge, so these grenadiers are going to have a crack in the morning with them. Then if they get it, we cross over and get the whip out. The boys in Arnhem must be wondering, you see.
Is it a big bridge?
Only the Rhine.
Think they'll make it?
No, you can't cross a bridge nearly half a mile long in daylight. Quite impossible. Quite impossible. Quite impossible.
On base set now, sir. Hello, Abel. Sunray, orders from Sunray. Get all vehicles off the road and start digging slip trenches now. We'll be up to see you soon. Over.
Shifting paths will sir. We're doing the job regardless of expense. We're shifting his remains to put in 6-inch drains to irrigate some docks' new residents.
Hello, David.
Hello, Bush.
Your tank's badly bogged?
Up to the belly plate. Should be able to get him out, though.
The Scammell's coming up tonight to tow the lot of you out.
Coming, hurrah, hurrah. The Scammell.
Brought your troops mail.
Sorry, Gov.
77 Jones.
Stop. That of you as well.
Oh, thanks. Give these to the others, will you? And keep your head down.
Thank you, sir.
What's the form, do you know?
The Knicks have gone and lost nearly all their tanks. We can't get through off the roads. On the roads, it's just like giving them target practice.
Not what you call tank country. What about the airborne boys? You can't leave them.
We've lost most of our armor just getting up here. No, there's a division going to bash down the road tonight.
Infantry?
Yes, it's not so funny, though. We may have advanced a hell of a long way, but our front's only as wide as one main road.
They've cut it.
3 times a day, and we're 40 miles from the main army. Here comes one.
Anybody hurt?
Everything all right, sir? Bit wet,
Very
sir?
rude of them, I must say.
What is it?
A letter from the States. I've been called up. Drafted.
Half time, boys. None of us fight at night.
Not when you real soldiers around come.
Good night, mister.
Good night, laddie. Good luck.
Discipline is not high in that battalion, sir.
Oh, they do all right. Yes, the Queen of Battles.
Beg pardon, sir?
Nothing, I said nothing.
Well, glad to see you made it at last, sir.
What on earth goes on round here?
The Americans moved in, sir. They're sharing our billets.
You can't turn your back a minute without something happening.
Tank crews with cigars? What next? I'd like to get him back on the square at Caterham.
If the Sergeant Major could see him now.
Call.
Really cushy place, this, sir. You'll like it.
Say, Major, tell me something.
Are you addressing me?
Is it true 48 hours leave is on?
Yes, we can go as far as Brussels if we want. Philip and David get it first. You and I go about last.
Fair enough. Friendship's a very beautiful thing.
You should try it someday.
Like those two fellows, Damon and,
Runyon?
There's a bottle place conveniently near your hand, Michael. Launch him, will you?
Talking of secret weapons, suppose you know there's an INSA concert tonight.
The first name out of the hat, the first to go on leave.
Sound democratic principle.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Now, come on, Bushy, no
Oh,
dirty
Bushy, come
work.
on, do hurry up. David and I want to go and pack.
Gentlemen, it is with profound embarrassment that I announce.
It's a fiddle.
That's 2 bottles of Chanel and 1 of Gala, all right?
Yes, I remember. You just want some lace sticks, is that right?
Check. Be good while I'm away.
Bye,
Have a good time.
Say, let's go by the quartermaster and see about those shirts.
You think it'll be all right?
Sure, he's a swell fella.
Thanks, Texas. Sunday the 26th at 6:30.
That's right, Padre. And we expect you to stay to dinner afterwards. We're giving a kind of farewell party to your boys.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be glad to. How long the sermon?
Oh, about 10 minutes or less.
Okay, I'll Goodbye, Captain.
Phil, Battalion 1 should go up and see them right away.
Oh, what's the matter?
Bushy, he's been killed.
Shell or accident?
Accident?
Oh, it doesn't make any sense, does it?
Almost comic. To get as far as this and then...
And Claude?
He's all right, a bit beat up.
Say, anything I can do?
Apparently not, Tex. Thanks all the same.
Sir?
Yes?
Thank you, sir, for leave to speak, sir.
What is it?
4-5 Jones, sir. He's been spreading rumours, so I had to put him under close arrest.
Oh, what rumours?
About Major Noble, sir.
Well, you better let him out again. David, I'd better go up to battalion headquarters. Then I'm going to try and find the hospital where Claude is.
Shall I come?
No, I think you'd better stay here. See you later.
So it is true, sir.
Yes, ran into an armored car. Better check that pressure, Guardsman. Reese looks a bit flat. After he'd come all this way, too.
He was a gentleman, sir, and a fine officer.
Yes.
It's a funny thing, isn't it, sir? 1 minute you're alive and the next you're dead, and there's nothing in between.
And there's nothing we can do about it either.
And never a one of us thinks it's going to happen to him, sir.
Yes, I know what you'd say if you were told at the end of the next battle we'd have only 1 tank left.
Yes, sir. I'd be terribly alone without the others.
And so the world is left but with one hope, if it isn't to destroy itself completely in the next generation. I told you before, there can be no class in the sight of God. Neither can there be nations. You men here today have perhaps noticed this one very strange truth, that the person sitting beside you may be wearing a different uniform of another country, but you find that you get along better with him than you do, say, with some of your fellow Americans, your fellow Englishmen. Now, if we believe that all that matters is a way of life, and that all people from any nation can share in it, it must be a way of life that is right. Right and true and honorable and just, and full of love for the rest of humanity. We live in an age of great cynicism and even greater materialism, but there is something in man that no man could ever destroy, the spirit, that which raises him above the animal. I know that at times you live the existence of an animal, You burrow under the ground and you kill, but you have a spirit. This much I leave with you. It may comfort you in the times of war, and I pray you may remember it in the days of peace. Each one of you has a body, but he is a soul.
Now, how about you, Padre? What do you have?
Nothing, thank you.
Sure?
Quite sure.
Oh, hello. Come on in.
Excuse me. Say, Phil, I hope you don't mind. I brought back Mary Simon with me, Hero Tribute.
It's much the best thing you've done so far. How'd you do?
I feel very guilty about gate crashing, but I'm mighty hungry.
And she is my cousin.
You don't have to apologize. We're delighted to see you. Well, we love war correspondence.
Golly, a white woman.
Miss Simon, this is Lord Bentham. Not to be confused with Lord Nelson.
His was the other eye. Look, you don't want to meet anyone else. They're not very nice. And I'm sure you're crazy about champagne. I am. The fourth was torn to pieces by a mob. In a friendly way, of course. The fifth, we're not very proud of him. He died in bed. The husband shot him.
You must come again tomorrow. He won't be here then.
A deserter?
As a matter of fact, he's being sent home to lecture in factories. Encourage production, recruiting for the army. Some advertisement for the army, I must say.
Boston?
New York.
Like to tell me more?
There's no story in it.
All right, forget it then. Is there one here at all?
This room? Enough for every article you ever write.
Yes.
The nearer to the battle, the better we get on. The further away from the front, it's how slow can the British advance? How fast can the Americans run? In both directions.
There's a moral in it somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Because only the few get near the battle. And a hell of a lot of them won't be alive when they're wanted after the war. And what they've learned here will have died with them.
They like you here, don't they?
Well, I like them. Perhaps that's why. They don't tell me what's wrong with America, and I don't tell them what's wrong with them. A lot of sermons tonight.
It's Sunday.
I'm not sorry. I've wanted to say that for a long time. You talk for a change. What with me and that old Earl of ours.
I'm all ears.
I will not contradict you.
Tell us about the rest of the family. The present Earl, perhaps.
Good. I love talking about myself.
Where were you wounded, then?
What?
Where were you wounded? Fool. In which country?
Here, see if you can find room for these. Just manage, I expect. Haven't the Americans got an airfield somewhere near here? How about trying to catch a lift off them?
Save time. We've only got 48 hours. Think they're going our way, to Brussels?
Everything goes to Brussels. Everything sensible.
Brussels? No. You might get a ship later, but these are for Northolt.
Northolt? How about it? It's a bit of a risk. Do you think it's worth trying?
Sure.
No,
Well-
I'm sorry, boys. It can't be done. One of our boys got busted last week for the same thing.
Oh, it's worth trying anyway.
All right, fellas, come on. Let's go.
Just a second. Hey, hurry up. I think we got a lift to London.
Okay, got a lift.
Please, will you come and be married?
Darling. Oh, darling. Darling. Yes, we were certainly much luckier than that.
Well, at least Davy didn't have to get dressed up like a Christmas tree and have his photograph taken with a lot of giggling women.
Nonsense, you loved it. And you never stopped ogling the bridesmaids all through the ceremony. That's what I mean, St. Moritz. At least I did have you to myself for a whole month.
The most expensive month I've ever spent, thank you. No, David's a lucky chap. Now, that was a funny one. Do you remember Nicholas's christening? I thought the Dean was going to drop it.
Silly old toff nearly did. You know, you were getting quite fat in those days. At least the war's done you some good. Your midriff. But it hasn't really changed you, has it? Inside, I mean.
I wouldn't really know. You get such an odd sort of superficial slant on the war, being an armored division. You're always moving over places and people. They're the ones that really see and feel the war, the people who are fought over.
Go on.
Perhaps in the infantry it's different. Maybe their feelings are more profound about it all. They have a worse time than we do. But then you see, the things that you remember, are all the wonderful, funny things that happen. Not any of the horrors and unhappy things at all. I suppose that's how wars occur, over and over again, because of what you don't remember. Silly, isn't it?
We're going to be very happy again soon, aren't we? When it's all over.
Yes, we'll be very, very happy again one fine day.
Oh, darling, we've been so lucky when you think of it. I only hope they'll be as lucky, too.
Who, David and Jane?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody will ever be as lucky as we are.
Nobody?
Nobody could be.
Yes, but we'll have a real honeymoon someday.
It'll be all over by Christmas, won't it?
I hope so.
I still can't believe it. It's really all so sudden, Mr. Morgan.
Oh, we Americans.
I suppose I'm an American subject, no?
American citizen, anyway.
Darling, tell me something I wanted to know. We British and Americans, do we think the same way?
No.
No?
But we think the same things, much more important.
Tell me, darling, how's it been? The war, I mean. Was it as bad as you thought?
Well, I'm not as scared as I thought I'd be. I suppose you can get used to anything in time. At times, we were probably much safer than you people here in London.
But, darling, you will take care of yourself, won't you?
Here we are talking about the war when there's so much else to talk about.
We'd better get back to the hotel. It's nearly 2. What time's Philip coming for you?
Midday. Are you sure Wilhelmina fixed a ride back for us?
An American general's private plane.
Good enough. Mrs. Morgan?
Yes, Mr. Morgan.
In future, I want you to stay away from these Americans. See?
The Americans seem to have the whole thing in hand, but they may want us to put in a counterattack, though I don't think it's likely.
Well, I'll go and make a recce anyway, sir.
Just take a look at the ground, covered approaches and forming up places, you know the sort of thing.
Right, sir.
Oh, and Philip, explain to the men about Christmas dinners. Get them up as soon as the flap's over.
Yes, I quite forgot it was Christmas. Happy Christmas, sir.
Same to you, though I don't think it's likely.
I really wouldn't come if I were you, honestly.
Oh, all the other tank commanders have been up. Besides, I have to sometime company for you anyway.
Yes, you like. What are you looking so pleased about?
This. Janie's going to have a baby.
And I'm to be godfather, sir.
Yeah.
And what are you going to call him?
Oh, Wilhelmina.
As far as we take the vehicles, Major. Nothing much, but they get armored cars and tanks patrolling up in those woods.
Where are your forward companies?
Just over that ridge. Here. They only move at night.
Can you get up there all right?
Yeah, sure, I guess so. I wasn't up there earlier today, but some of the others were.
Well, we might as well go.
I'll show you the way.
It's one of ours. Nice to see them about again.
Yes, these last few days. First time we had to worry about them.
2800. 2800.
They should be up in the woods, according to this map reference.
Yeah, good cover anyway.
It's more than you could say for us. You see anything?
An odd kraut here and there. Could be an SP gun as well.
Oh, well, that should wrap it up. You quite happy?
Sure.
27. 27.
You know, Bastogne should be somewhere up there to the right.
Is that where 101 are?
Yes. I'd like to see Tex and the other boys again.
I'll have a look. Far away.
Oh, we'll have to drive round there one fine day. Come on, it's going to snow harder. On our way, China.
6, 4, 20. Fire!
All right, David?
Yes, let's run for it.
Right, drop when you hear the next one coming. Come on. David! David! What the devil's the matter?
Nothing. Go on, you fool. Go on.
Yeah, let's have a...
No, please, no.
Where is it?
It's no good.
It's my dad. Smoke, the lunatic. He's trying to bring the scout car up for you.
Tell him not to.
Hell, I haven't got a field dressing. Where's yours?
I haven't got one either. Put him in the book, Sir Major.
Gently, Davy. That madman will be here in a minute.
I wish to God you'd go. I'll be all right up here till dark.
You may think you command this squadron, but you don't. Can't understand why they've stopped shelling.
No more ammo. Perhaps it's that plane. Phil.
Yes?
If anything happens to me, you can take my leave vacancy next week. England.
Don't be silly. You go yourself. Besides, the weather's better in May. Here, put this over you.
Can't make out why they've stopped shelling. Smoke's nearly here. He won't be a minute.
If he makes it, put him under close arrest.
Does it hurt the hell of a lot?
No. No legs, no feet, nothing. Phil.
Don't talk. You always talk too much.
She was right. She said it would be all over by Christmas.
Oh, Jane, you mean?
You'll see her. And Wilhelmina. You're lucky you and Wilhelmina.
Shh, don't talk. He's practically here.
Don't forget, Smoke's to be the godfather.
Quiet, David. Only a minute. He's just coming.
Don't forget what I said.
Forget what?
Wilhelmina. You're lucky you and Wilhelmina.
There's this as well. Have you known him long?
4 years.
It's a long time. 4 years.
I wish I could have given him a cross or something.
I'll do that tomorrow.
Do you think they'd mind if I get it wrong?
No. You go right ahead.
I'll be back tomorrow.